What's going on, guys? Neumatix here with another Minecraft mod showcase. Today we are going to go over a mod that lets you change up the dungeons in Minecraft, another that changes up the animations. They look really cool, and finally we're going to go over one that'll let you create your own undead army. So without further ado, let's do this. If you start getting tired of the regular Minecraft dungeons that spawn randomly in the Minecraft world, then you're going to want to go ahead and download this mod, Dungeons 2 by GotTSCH. This mod brings in some new dungeons into Minecraft that changes up everything. They look kind of like the regular dungeons that would lead you into the end portal, but they change it up like this. As you see, some really cool new blocks going on. We go in here, we even have some areas where you can go ahead and tear down some bookshelves so you can have those instead of making them. Some really cool corridors, new blocks all over, some spawners, some great treasure loots you can go ahead and pick up. Not as hard as the other mod I showcased a while back, which was Doom-like dungeons. It is a little easier so if you wanted to have something that was a little easier to get through, but really cool. You can find these all over the place. You can find these next to villages in some just regular plains or forest areas, and they look kind of like ruins. You can find ones like these that spawn out into the desert. I believe these can spawn anywhere in the world, but this is the kind of structure I found in the desert. And you can even find ones inside riverbeds or even in the ocean. I could not find one in the ocean. This was the closest I could get to getting one that was inside a riverbed. And then you go ahead and drop down, and you can go ahead and explore it to your heart's content and find all these cool little things going on. I would not have wanted to run into the spider spawner if I was in survival mode, but really cool. Kind of gives you a different kind of challenge when you're going through these. You can even make these out of maybe you can make a base out of one of these. This is cool. Some little pillars going on. Wow, I didn't know that. That's awesome. I wonder if you can make those. So I went ahead and went throughout the blocks that are in this mod, and none of them have a recipe. So I don't know if you can actually make these or not, but if you do have a silk touch pickaxe, you can go ahead and break these out, and you'll be able to bring these with you and place them wherever you want. So as long as you find one of these dungeons, you can take anything you want that comes with it. I think, oh, you can't take the puddles with you, but you can take everything else, even these really cool cobblestone wall scones. Those are awesome. 3 little torches. That'd be really cool putting up inside like maybe a castle build or something like that. That'd be really neat. You even have some of these blocks that have slants to them. So all you have to do is get a silk touch pickaxe, and you'll be able to take any of these items that are found in this mod when you go and find one of these dungeons. The next mod I want to go ahead and show you guys is called Augmented Interactions by Paw101. This goes ahead and adds in some new animations to Minecraft that look a lot better than what you originally had in vanilla. So if I had this netherrack sitting out before me and grabbed some flint and steel, I could go ahead and check that out. That looks pretty awesome. Go and lighten up those netherracks. And then we have the fire charge. Go ahead, and it has a little animation going on for that thing. And then we have the cauldron if we want to go ahead and place a bucket of water in there. That looks pretty neat. And we want to go ahead and take it out. Go ahead and take it out. A lot better, in my opinion. It may be a little slower than regular vanilla Minecraft, but that looks pretty nice. And then we even have a little animation for sheep. So if I want to go ahead and shear the sheep, instead of holding down the button, I'll just click it once. And I go ahead and shear the sheep. No problem. We'll go ahead and grab this guy over here. Show it off one more time. Pretty cool. In my opinion, really neat. And adds a little bit more, I don't know, realism to Minecraft that we didn't have before. And it looks a lot better. Have you ever wanted your own army of ducks? Probably not. But you may have wanted to go ahead and have some followers of your own, or maybe your own army. You can see this guy over here. Looks like just a regular guy. He is my follower. But if I went ahead and hovered over him, he is a skeleton warrior. I have disguised him as my own little follower human to follow me around and do my bidding. You can go ahead and create one of these guys for yourself. All you need to do is go ahead and make one of these skeleton warrior makers. They're actually not too bad to make. Just need some glass, some buckets, iron, and a glass bottle to go ahead and make one of these. And then to go ahead and create one of your own warriors, you go ahead and click inside, and it has these little slots for you to choose from and how do you want to make your skeleton warrior. So you're going to need this little ring thing here, the Overlord seal, which is pretty easy to make as well. All you need is some iron ingots and some gold nuggets. You go ahead and create one of those, then you go ahead and right click on it to make it your own. So this is a seal of mine. I go ahead and put it in there. Then you're going to need a lot of bone in order to figure out how much you're going to need to go ahead and create one of these guys. So I'll go ahead and put some in there. And then I'm going to need some milk buckets as well. So I'll put that in there. Halfway full. So you need 2 to create one of these guys. And if you don't want them to burn up in the sun, because they will, because they're skeletons, you're going to need to make this skin suit, which is some leather, some rotten flesh, and then any kinds of dyes, some green dye, some blue dye, and some red dye. You go create one of these things, place it inside, and then here you could go ahead and place any kind of armor you want your skeleton to wear. So let's go ahead and grab some armor. So maybe we'll get this guy some gold. So we'll go ahead and dress him up in some gold, and then we need to give him a weapon, so we'll grab a sword, and I want him to have a iron sword. Why not? We'll go ahead and throw those in there, and then we can go ahead and hit create. I've created my new skeleton warrior wearing gold armor with that iron sword, who will follow me and do whatever I wish. And the other cool thing about these guys is you can go ahead and heal them or get their levels up by giving them bottles of milk right here, which are not too hard to get, and you can go ahead and place them in their inventory like this. If you do this, this will automatically give them experience levels. But if you wanted to go ahead and just give them health, then you could go ahead and just put a couple. You see, he just took all of those right away. But if you just wanted to give some health, you could just put maybe 1 or 2 in there and wait to see how much health he's going to get. Or you could throw them at them, I believe. Or not. And they should be able to get some health that way. Now, these guys are pretty tough. They're going to go ahead and fight for you. He just took out that witch in 3 hits. Wow. That was crazy. And he's just going to go ahead and go after every kind of enemy. Even though he's not on aggressive, he's only on defensive. But it might be because I'm in creative mode right now. And he's just going to chase off everything. So if I don't want him to do that, I'll click on him and I'll hit passive. So on passive, he's not... Oh, maybe I want him to go ahead and kill that skeleton. So now... we want you to be on passive, dude. Don't hurt anything else. You're good. And my other guy was following me around. Oh, he just kind of stopped over there. But so you could create, I believe, as many of these guys as you really want. And those aren't the only ones you can create. You can go ahead and turn some skeletons to be your friends as well. But it takes a little bit longer. You're going to need a splash potion of weakness. And you're going to also need some golden apples. So you go ahead and throw a splash potion of weakness on these guys first. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. And... we'll throw that on him. And then we'll go ahead and grab some golden apples. And that little sound effect goes off. He's glowing red. And after a while, I don't know, maybe a minute or so, he will turn into your converted skeleton who will work for you instead of working against you. And then we also have one more kind of skeleton you can create, which is the baby skeleton, which are not as hard to make as the skeleton warriors. And I believe this is, yep, and you can create them with just some stone and some any kind of glass right there. You go ahead and go inside. You can go ahead and dress them up with any kind of armor you want, and a sword, and some bone, and that same Overlord seal. And you could go ahead and put a, I believe it's just 1 bucket, and you create one of these guys. And there we go. I went ahead, I didn't even put anything on him, so he doesn't have a skin suit either. And that's another thing on the converted skeletons over here. This guy, once he actually converts, I cannot give him a skin suit. So he's going to die. Oh, my baby skeleton got demolished by a spider. Nice. But this guy, once he turns, I cannot give him a skin suit. So in the daytime, he's going to burn and die off. So it makes a lot more sense to go ahead and create your skeletons from these skeleton makers. So this Overlord seal is not the only one you can make. And you can also make this Overlord stamp, which is going to act the same way as the seal, except with the seal, if you had this in your hand and you went ahead and clicked out in the air, all of your skeletons, you can go ahead and set them to whatever you want them to be. So you can make all of them aggressive, defensive, passive, stationary. You can have them, all of them follow you, or all of them to wander around the area. So that is pretty nice. So you don't have to go up to each and every single one of your skeletons if you have a lot of them and figure out what you want each of them to do. You go ahead and just click this and have all of them do whatever you want just from here. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for me. I hope you enjoyed the mods I went ahead and went over. I really enjoyed that last one. Creating your own army is pretty awesome in my opinion. Or even just having just one to follow you around instead of having maybe your wolf or cat. You actually have like a follower to actually follow you around. That is pretty cool in my opinion. So if you would, please leave a like or comment and let me know how you like these mods or if you check them out in your own Minecraft world. And as always, please subscribe to my channel to get content like this every weekend. Thanks again, guys. Peace!